Hey guys, it's Cam, and we're on the move today at the RACC Center in Richmond. I am here with my new friend, and I'm going to be asking him a few questions. Okay, so today, sir, what is your name? All right, and how old are you? Thank you. And how long have you been here at the RACC Center? Whew, that's a little while. Alrighty. Do you prefer walking or running? Mm, me too. All right. I think we should do a this or that for my friend over here. Sir, thank you. Be right back. Let's see. This or that. Night. Oh. Oh. All right. Which one is it? Okay. He's going with this guy. All right. All right. So now we're gonna take Irving on a walk. Let's go.
All right, so we are out on our walk here with our boy Irving. Irving, I love your style, man. I am also a slow and steady kind of gal. We would be ideal walking partners. Oh, you want to stop and smell? I get it.
Socialize. That's
Yeah, yeah. He's just you walk my pace. We're here with Lydia, and Lydia works at RACC. Lydia, what is your official title at RACC?
My official title is Kennel Technician and RACC Runners Coordinator.
Love it. And we're talking to Lydia tomorrow, so we don't want to give out too much juicy information that's going to come out on the podcast. But tell us a little bit about the running program with the dogs and how you got started with that.
Yeah, so in January, the shelter supervisor came up to me and said, hey, we tried to start a running program 7 years ago and it went nowhere. So we have these t-shirts and you like to run with the dogs. So would you like to start a program? And I said, of course. So it started with about 4 runners. We went on a pack run together, posted that, and then it kind of took off from there.
Oh man, this is live
taking
TV.
a dump, buddy.
We're gonna give him some privacy. I'll stand in for Irving. We don't gotta do that. That's rude.
Hey, you're right.
Yeah, but I kind of developed the program a little bit more. I decided to run with every single dog to test how they respond to running. If they like the running, then they get to be a running buddy. If they don't like it, then that's good for them, and they still get to go on walks, and they just don't need to be run. So yeah, now it's kind of loosey-goosey. If you want to run with the dog, join the team and take them to a park or run around here, and yeah.
How do people get started? So how would you become a runner with the dogs?
If you would like to become a runner and you aren't a volunteer yet, you'd start off by going to a volunteer orientation that we hold every Saturday at 11 a.m. After that, you would sign up for dog walking orientation.
Irving's just really giving it to us today.
And he is a house-trained boy.
He is. He's knowing. He's waiting until he's outside.
Oh, yeah. He's a good boy. But after you complete your dog walking orientation, you can get started and email me to join the RACC Runners team.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about, you just got back right when we came to the shelter from doing something with a cross-country team. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I had a high school cross-country team reach out to me and say they'd like to run with the dogs. And I was like, you know what, that's a great idea. I'd love to do that. So I brought a group of 7 dogs to meet up with their team on their summer captain's practice, and we just had a nice little run.
That's great. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh, you got a little question?
How is it taking out 7 dogs by yourself?
I had help loading them up in the car.
Okay.
And then they all have their kennel on the truck, so it's not that bad. And each kid I hand off a dog and they go off in the field, so it's not that bad.
Okay. So you drove a van. You drove a van that can accommodate 7 kennels with 7 dogs by yourself.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I love that for you. I was kind of imagining like how on TikTok they'll have those like buses and they'll like seatbelt the dogs in.
Ooh.
So that's why I was like, that sounds so fun. It's a little,
it's a little more organized on your end.
No, it's okay.
I don't think that sounds that fun. I think if I'm driving the dogs, I want them. I have a nervous Nelly dog that like stands the whole time she's in the car and like surfs like this. She's probably got phenomenal core muscles. Yeah. But I would not. No, I don't want the dog belted. I want it in a crate. That sounds better. We don't want anything. Nobody flying around.
Yeah.
No.
No flying dogs.
Yeah.
No. Well, great. I love that we get to get him out here. I'm one of those people that feels bad every time I go to an animal shelter because I'm like, you're all coming home with me.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that we got to get him out here today.
Of
That's
course,
great.
yeah.
Yeah, I am suspect when we go inside. I'm being that bad friend that's trying to like get Cam to end up with a dog. There's been multiple talks ever since I've known Cam about dogs coming home with her or the type of dog she's into currently. And as soon as I knew we were coming here and we were going to see dogs, I was like, you tell Jordan, that's your boyfriend. I was like, you tell Jordan a dog's coming home. Watch out.
Do it.
Sadly, Irving's off the table for me because he's not apartment friendly because he likes to sing.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean there's not other dogs
That's true.
for me in there. I will be taking a peek. But
Jordan might be getting lucky that it's it's cleaning day in here because you don't get to see all of the dogs. Yeah. I don't know if I believe that Irving is a barker because he's been nothing but mute, real chill. Irving, are you on your best behavior? You're on your best behavior right now. You're the sweetest boy. He's adoptable, guys. We love him. He's been nothing but great.
Yeah.
He loves other dogs too, tolerates them.
What do you have to say, Irving? All right.
All right, I'm here with, get ready for this one. Well, I guess I should ask his name properly since we interviewed Irving the right way. Hi, what's your name? Undercover Lab? What a name. I love that. Undercover Lab, how old are you? Yeah, that shows. You got that. All right, how long have you been at RACC Undercover Lab? That's a long time. That's a long time. And what are some of your favorite hobbies? Do you prefer walking or running? All right, now this is going to be a really serious this or that. I guess I should take the camera for this right now. This is just happening. Very serious this or that. We have. We haven't. This is Sarah. Sarah is interning with us right now from Elon. She is our PR and communications intern, and today she is our videographer. She and Cameron are going to be Undercover Labs this or that. So Undercover Lab, Cameron or Sarah, go. Oh, no. Oh, Cam, this could be your dog. How does it feel to be chosen by Undercover Lab?
I'm a champ.
Oh, did you? All right, y'all, come hang out with Undercover Lab.
Can Undercover Lab live in apartments?
Oh.
Yes.
Do you want to live with Cameron?
All right. Well, that wraps up our time here at the shelter.
What a fun start to our Wednesday.
I know.
This
Hey,
is great.
I
I want to start every morning with dogs.
I feel like a lot of the time we say this is our best podcast guest yet, but I really think that this might be number one.
It was really fun. We definitely advise you to volunteer and get out here, get in contact with Lydia, come volunteer and spend some great mornings on your own with dogs because your day will be greatly improved.
Yeah, 100%. Even like a little midday run.
Love that. No, it's great. But we talk more to Lydia after this, so stick around and listen to that interview and just learn more about the program, all she does at RACC, and just more about how you can get involved.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Stay tuned.
On the move with Nan and Cam and Lydia. Lydia's joining us from RACC. You saw the really cute video that we had before showing all the cute puppers that we got to hang out with at RACC. And, you can hang out with them too. So don't snooze on that. But yeah. Lydia is works at RACC, and you told us in the other video, but what is your official title?
My official title is technically just kennel technician, but I also add in RACC Runners coordinator.
Love that. And then how long have you been at RACC?
I've been at RACC for almost 2 years now.
Okay, great. So you said that, you're obviously one of the running program coordinator at RACC. How did you into that? I asked you when we were out there, I was like, I'm guessing you were a runner and that's how you got into it. So tell us a little bit about how you got into running.
Yeah, I didn't always like running. I did cross country in high school and hated every second of it.
As one does.
Yeah. Stopped doing it and then switched to shorter distances and track and liked that a little bit better. But still didn't really like it. And then when I started working at RACC, I was like, the dogs need exercise and running them would be so much better than walking them. So why don't I just start running them? And running with a dog is so much different than actually running. And I like love it now and even go on runs by myself and love running now. So it hasn't always been a love for running, but now it is.
Yeah. What do you think is so different about it with a dog that makes you love it?
My mentality is I'm running for the dog, not for myself.
Yeah.
And this is relieving their stress, their kennel stress, and getting them as much, like maximizing their time out of the kennel.
Yeah.
So it's really the mentality of I'm running for the dog, I'm not running for myself.
Is it as easy as people would think to run with a dog or no? Because I feel like my friend was trying to do 10K training team and she would bring her dog with her and she was like, I have to leave him at home because he would just keep stopping to smell stuff. And she was like, I can't get my miles in if he's going to keep stopping me. So is it like easy or?
I think it's different with shelter dogs because they get out of the kennel and they're ready to go.
Right.
Yes.
They spend like 23 hours a day in their kennel. So they're just ready to go. And even like my dog is run when I run at home. So it depends on the dog. I do make notes on each dog if they're like a stop and sniff or walk and jog type of dog, or if they're a full speed ahead, let's sprint this.
Yeah.
So it does depend on the dog. A lot of times it depends on the breed, but.
What's your favorite type of those personalities to run with? Who makes the best runner companion?
Yeah. The best runner companion for me is the balls to the walls, sprinting, and making me feel
Pulling
like
you.
I just got a PR.
Like, thank you for that. Thank you. You're a little motivator.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So obviously you have to like animals to work at RACC.
Oh, yeah.
But tell us like how you
I would
ended
hope.
up, right. Tell us how you ended up at RACC specifically.
Yeah, so I had dropped out of college and was just chilling at home, not really doing anything, and training my dog because I went to Texas and adopted a dog on a whim. And so I was just training her, and my sister sent me an Instagram post that RACC made for a kennel technician job opening, and I sent an email and got an interview and got hired. Nice. So that's how I ended up there, all thanks to my sister.
Yeah.
Shout out to your sister.
I would imagine it's not a job that you're behind a desk like all day. No.
Had you visited RACC before you like started working there?
I had been there once when I was little when we found a dog running around my school. And that's the only time I'd ever been there.
Man. What is a typical day then, like since you said you're not behind a computer, what does the typical day for you at RACC look like? As typical as it can get. Because like people ask us that here as well, and we don't sit behind desks all day. And I'm like, that's kind of what I like about this job is that there isn't really a typical day.
Right.
Yeah. So typical day is pretty similar every day. I get there, walk all the dogs in the section that I'm assigned to, and then clean all their kennels. And then walk them again, go between doing laundry and dishes for all the like food bowls they had in their kennels, and then feed them around like 3:30 and walk them all again, and then we're out.
Nice.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. I feel like a lot of walking.
Yeah.
We need to get Lydia on her Great American 5,000 team. We're doing a virtual walk and run across America. Yeah. Should have had you with your miles from dog walking.
That's true. I get like 26,000 steps a day.
Maybe I need to work on the weekends. What the heck? Log my miles.
Yeah.
But that is so much more. Like I feel like people hear like a kennel technician or just like somebody who works in an animal shelter, and you're like, oh, you play with the dogs, you feed them, you walk them, and then that's it.
Yeah.
But you're doing laundry and dishes. In the world, I would have never. Yeah. That's not something I would have thought of when it comes.
When you said dishes, I was like, people dishes.
Yeah. Y'all eating
the break room.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's so like a lot different than I guess what I would think.
Yeah. What you guys do? Different. We also do like behavior assessments, and then like the only thing I do behind the computer is answering emails for RACC runners or putting in information after testing the animals, after running them. So I really don't sit down much.
Nice.
I feel like I always wondered that too, because I follow RACC on like Instagram. I follow a few more like animal shelters, but I'm always like, how do they know if they're good with cats or like if they're good with dogs or if they like can't go in an apartment? I always wonder like what goes into that. I'm just curious, like
Yeah, we behavior assess them. So we test how they are with handling, petting them all over, how they are with like restraint, getting hugs, how they are with food, if they let you stick your hand in the bowl, how they are with toys, objects, if they let you take it from them, and then we test how they are with dogs, if they're family, playful, or if they don't want to be around another dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
My parents' dog is like that. Does not want to be around other dogs. So I get it.
Yeah, sometimes it happens like that. When you said that you follow him on social, after we left RACC yesterday, we started stalking you guys on Instagram while we were sitting at our desk. And we were just dying at the name quality. I know we
Rusty
loved
Choo Choo Train Wheel.
Yeah.
We were literally like, who, what? She was like, what's this one's name? And I started reading it. I thought it was just going to say Rusty. I was like, Rusty Choo Choo Train Wheel. And she was like, what did you just say?
I was like crying laughing because we were already talking about like the caliber of the names. There was Insane in the Membrane was another dog on there that we were dying at, but we kept like looking at long ones. But Rusty Choo Choo Train Wheel was just over the top.
Yeah, that's just over the top.
Yeah. Are there certain people? How do they end up with such an insanely long name and then someone like Irving?
Right.
It really depends on who's naming them. The officers that bring them in name them, or
that's cool.
Anyone that's kind of around when a dog comes in the shelter can like shoot out a name. We all have little like lists on our phones of names to use.
I
love that.
Yeah, when I get a dog. It does not include Rusty Choo Choo Train Wheel.
It might now.
It might now. It might now, but yeah.
I'd be signing up to dogs that just so I could laugh when I was playing with it.
Yeah. I'd volunteer there to be like, hey, can I recommend a name? and do something like waffle, cheese.
Oh yeah, those waffle has been on my list, and yeah, that's lame. Yeah, it is. Oh, well, I was also like, you see so many dogs, you do have to go to Rusty Choo Choo Train Wheel.
Yeah, we try to keep them different for every dog, so that when we're looking up in the system to see a dog that's been here before, we don't find a million Bellas.
Is that also a situation where when Rusty is like normal and chilling, we call him Rusty, and then when he really acts up, you breast out the Choo Choo Train Wheel.
So where are the dogs? Tell us where RACC is located for everybody who doesn't know.
RACC is located at 1600 Chamberlain Avenue. Not too far away from Sports Baggers.
No, not at all.
Like 7-minute drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we're located.
Yeah, so where are most of your dogs coming from? Is it like near your shelter, or do they get like brought from other places?
So all of our dogs come from Richmond City. We only take dogs that are in the city limits.
Okay.
They come from either strays running around the streets that our officers pick up, or we take them from neglect situations. Sometimes Good Samaritans bring them into the shelter as strays, or owners surrender their animals or abandon them. There's really a lot of reasons that dogs end up in the shelter.
Yeah. Same with cats. Does it work the same?
Cats are a little bit different if they're healthy, since cats live outdoors. Right. Sometimes if they're healthy, we don't take them into the shelter if they're found as a stray, because a lot of times those are owned cats.
Yeah.
And someone's feeding them.
Yeah.
Yep. But if they're injured, we take them into the shelter, or from like hoarding situations, we'll take them in, or owner surrenders.
What? Hoarding's wild.
With the
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
I don't know if it was you guys. Like I said, I follow a few shelters around here. But do y'all take other animals that aren't cats and dogs? Because somebody had a bunny one time, and I was like, how do I get that? Because that was crazy. I don't know. I just feel like...
Yeah, somebody at the brewery that I go to the run club at sometimes found a parakeet, and it lived at the brewery for a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
We end up with other animals. The officers will bring them in. Usually it's like a bunny or guinea pig or...
I was wondering.
That lost ferret.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. We don't ever end up with wildlife. If we do, we transfer them out since we're not equipped to take care of them.
Right. No turtles.
Is that the weirdest animal you've seen, a ferret?
The weirdest animal I've seen would probably be... we've seen like hawks. We've had turkeys.
Oh. I would just be like... You're outside.
I guess they're injured. People are just like taking a live, healthy hawk
stuck in the rack.
Hey, hawk! Go get in my car. Yeah. Take you to the shelter.
You look like you want to be domesticated.
Right. I don't know. I'd be like,
no, he was injured.
Yeah. We've had goats, horses, pigs.
Horses?
Yep.
pigs are crazy because my best friend like has a farm. And when I saw her pigs, I literally was like, what the freak is that? Because I don't know. I've seen like like little pigs at a zoo. No, her pigs are like 600 pounds.
They're mad.
Yeah, they're gross.
They are.
I was like, ew, I don't want to see this. So that's crazy. Pigs and horses. And are there farms around here? Like in Richmond?
Yeah, well, like
I mean-
Hanover and Henrico, there's farms. I bet there's farms in Richmond city limits, probably.
And we just don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Probably.
I don't know.
The horses got to be coming
Backyard
from somewhere.
farms.
Yeah, this is an
Yeah.
investigation. We're gonna have to
Yeah.
continue. Get on Google Earth later, see if we can find farms.
Farms. Farm edition.
So you told us a little bit when we were at RACC yesterday, but how can people, just to reiterate, people can get involved. They can sign up to volunteer. They'll come in, do like a volunteer training. And then they would say, besides just like any general volunteer jobs they wanted to do, they could sign up to be a dog runner as well.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's a few different ways you can get involved at RACC. You can go on the website and sign up to be a foster, submit an application for that. Or for volunteering, you just show up any Saturday at 11 a.m. for a volunteer orientation. You can fill out an application at the orientation. That's like 20 minutes following around our coordinator for volunteers and that orientation, learning about the shelter. And then after you've completed that, the next step is to sign up for a dog walking orientation. The dog walking orientation we hold on Wednesdays or Saturdays, and once you've completed that, you've figured out how to open the kennels, get a dog out, walk them. You can go through to the background check, and the background check is kind of just filling something out, and once you're cleared for that, you can come in and get your t-shirt and start volunteering. There's no really like set hours. You can just come in when you want to come in.
Oh, I like that. That's nice. Yeah.
Whenever we're open, you just come in, walk a dog that you want, and then after you've completed all those steps and you're officially a volunteer, you can email me, shoot me an email, and say, hey, I want to be on the RACC Runners team. And then I'll say, dope. Let's put you on the list. And there's a couple documents that I'll send you about like running dogs in the heat, what to look for, and the list of dogs that are approved to run. I run with every dog in the shelter to make sure they actually respond well to running. If they don't like running, if they don't want to run, then they're not on the list and they're not up for running. Just to make sure that like the running is actually beneficial for them and not hurting them, not forcing them to do something they don't want to do.
Yeah.
But after I run them, I'll put notes. I'll put notes in on them, and the runners can choose the partner that fits them the best.
That's so sweet. I was talking to Megan Cabinet on our staff yesterday because she's, like you said, she's adopted all of her dogs from RACC, and she said her and her husband Nick, they did that during the pandemic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were like volunteers, and they would go every week, I think she said, to go run dogs.
And I think that's both of her current dogs, I think, were pandemic dogs. Yeah.
Oh, well, then that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, she probably
so they came.
Found them, met them, hung out.
Yeah. What's your favorite part about your job?
Favorite part about my job? A couple things. Definitely love running with the dogs and doing pack runs with RACC Runners. That's been super fun. And then watching the dogs get their forevers and leave the shelter with their little bandana, harness, everything on with their new families. That's always pretty happy.
Is it hard when a staff favorite leaves? Well, I guess you're just excited for him.
It's really exciting when a staff favorite leaves. Sometimes we'll all be like, ooh, let's get a group picture with them before they leave. It's really exciting to see them have their happily ever after.
I think those are my favorite posts. Is saying like, this dog has been in our care for this long and they're going home, and I'm like,
yeah.
like this.
You go Rusty Choo Choo Train.
Yes, like, I love that for you.
So we focus on same-day adoptions. You come in and look at the dog you want, meet them, and if it's love from the dog and love from you, then you just fill out the application, which pretty much is just a piece of paper to put your information down, sign the agreement, and take them home. It's really simple.
That's simple, Cam.
Yep.
It's that simple, girl.
Simple as that. I know. I think that is probably, like, I'll probably end up doing that, is fostering first.
Mm-hmm.
I need to make sure that I can have a dog.
That strikes me as a youth thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
They need fosters. Do you have like an extreme volunteer you mentioned like you could just volunteer and walk, fosters, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have like a certain need right now, or you just need volunteers across the board all the time?
Volunteers across the board all the time, getting the dogs out of their kennels as much as possible, because each day the staff gets them out for about at least 20 minutes all together, including their first walk, midday walk, and last walk. That's what we are able to do.
It's
so
a lot of
having the
dogs.
Volunteers there to get them out of their kennels for more than just that 20 minutes out of a 24-hour time period is a huge help.
Yeah.
Do they ever
I like to be let out of my kennel for more than 20 minutes at a time.
I know.
Yeah. We got to be out.
Yeah.
Do they ever get to do like group play time in the little area that we saw?
Yeah, so staff can do that with the dogs. We don't let volunteers have the dogs interact just in case anything happens. But we do sometimes do like play groups, play dates. Yeah.
When you establish that they're buds.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah.
I was also going to mention, you told us yesterday that I would imagine, I think this would be a dangerous job for me because I would constantly be like, I want to take dogs home. You recently did take a dog home. You were a foster fail. Tell us about Dewey.
Yeah, Dewey is a 4-month-old black and white pit bull.
Oh.
He is the perfect puppy. Total love bug, loves everyone, loves dogs, loves everything.
Should have brought him in here.
I thought about bringing him in here, but he does pee when he's happy, and I didn't really want him to pee all over the place. He's just awesome, and I named him after my grandpa, Dewey. So I kind of had to keep him, because of the name.
Can't name him Dewey and then give him back.
Exactly, that's screwed from the beginning.
Do a lot of people at RACC that work at RACC, do they also, a lot of them foster dogs from there?
Some of them do. A lot of them have a lot of animals themselves. Hard to not have a lot of animals when you work at a shelter and want to take everything home. I foster all the dogs that just cannot take the stress of the shelter, so to get them out of the shelter. Some others foster puppies, anything really that creates space in the shelter, and we can help then get them out.
Nice. How was Dewey found?
Dewey was found tied up outside of his owner's house, and they called him in as a tied up stray. And
I see that all the time.
I know.
Y'all post like, we know that this is your dog. Like you say, like people will bring them in and be like, oh, I found this dog. And y'all are like, we know it's your dog.
Yep.
Stop lying. We know it's you.
Yeah, just take him to RACC, give him a better life.
Right. I feel like, I have a two-part question right now. Part one, what's the best dog name you've heard?
Best dog name I've heard, either Brain to a Bing Bang,
Interesting.
Max Get My Cloak.
Okay.
Oh, Max Get My Cloak is great. Was that one at Christmas time?
That was.
I bet he got adopted quick at Christmas time.
Not just Max.
No. Max Get My Cloak.
Yeah.
That was good.
Full name.
What was the first one?
Jinx. The first one was Brain to a Bing Bang.
Brain Do a Bing Bang?
Okay.
Yep. He was a little bit dumb.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
I love a dumb dog.
His brain was just doing bing bangs.
What kind of dog is he?
He was like a shepherd type dog.
I was thinking more like boxer mixed because
Oh yeah, no.
big dummies.
He was a puppy-ish shepherd. Yeah.
Okay, part two of my question is because I see this on TikTok all the time. They'll go around the shelter and ask, what dog would you never own?
What dog would I never
What dog
own?
would you never own?
This is a bad question.
That's terrible.
I mean, I just want to know. People are like, this dog is, like, people are like, I don't want a husky because they scream all day. I want
Never own a Shih Tzu.
Same. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
I don't like a little
I was
yapper.
about to say a bunch of people own them. How you feel bad at first, and now you're like, I don't want those though.
My girlfriend told me recently that she really wants one, and it didn't. She also was the foster fail I talked about yesterday, so she ended up with a pit bull boxer type mix. Not that.
I think that's what Bruno is.
Yeah. And she has 2 dogs now, so we're not letting her get a Shih Tzu on top of that. But
Yeah,
I was like, this is weird. This doesn't track. She has like all pit mixes, and I was like, you want a Shih Tzu?
I always love seeing that though. Is like
When they don't match
get 2
sibling dogs,
or something.
yeah.
But sibling dogs who are like 3, like who the heck are y'all?
Yeah.
Just like a gang of nobody that looks the same.
I love that too, when it's like totally different. One of my girlfriends does like a thing where somebody comes and takes her dog on like an adventure walk, and it's a group of 3 dogs, and he is a huge yellow lab, and then there is a wiener dog.
That's what I want.
And then like a really short pit bull, like what we saw yesterday, Cherry, that was running around. Really short pit bull, and they take these insane adventure photos together, and they're best friends.
So cute.
That's cute.
That is so cute. Like, I love those.
Yeah.
This was maybe you've really done great, because this was maybe our most follow-up questions we've ever had for someone in a podcast. Yeah, I could stay here and talk more.
That's interesting. Running, no. Dogs.
You like running and dogs?
You're right.
Combine them and it's awesome.
Amazing. So this is the hard part, and we didn't give you these ahead of time, but this is this or that, just to get to know you. Yours are all animal related.
Cool.
But it's rapid fire. You just have to tell us. We make people pick between hard things.
All right.
I don't really think this one. You do this one, because I want to explain.
Yeah. I thought of this one. Cat or dog?
Dog.
Okay. Yeah, that was quick. Would you ever own a cat?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like them. I think I always like them, and I'm lazy, so I'm always like, wouldn't I like that? Like, that's a lazy-ish pet.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like that I get
Dogs
like
have
immediate feedback from a dog. I need to be liked.
Right.
Yes. And it also like gets me out to like walk with them.
Yes.
But, like, you don't really take cats on walks.
Bubble backpacks a lot.
Yeah.
This one is one I think about a lot. Floppy ears on a dog or straight pokey up ears. I'm a fan of both.
Pokey up.
Since I have to choose, floppy.
Yeah. Nothing like a soft little velvety flop.
Yeah, but Dewey's sometimes will like stick up. His ears have a mind of their own right now since he's a puppy, and it's so cute.
I also love when there's like a one down, one up situation.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, or the halvesies.
Yeah, I like the halvesies. That's like a real picturesque dog.
Yeah.
Last one is: do you prefer going a regular walk with the dog, like just taking him out for a walk, or like a dedicated jog? Like, we're going on a jog together.
Jog. For sure.
Okay. And I think that makes sense, because that's what you do.
Yeah. Do you like, if people are just getting into dog running, do you think it's better like a hand leash or the waist leash that you see people wear?
Yeah, so I always use waist leashes at the shelter.
Okay.
But you can use the hand leashes. It always makes like the one hand that's holding the leash extra tired, and like then I can't like do the right running form. So I suggest waist leashes, especially if like you accidentally drop the leash, then they're connected to you.
Yeah.
So it's easier to control.
I couldn't imagine that, dropping the leash and then having to catch up.
Yeah.
No.
Then you're really running.
Yeah.
I got a dog. My dog's a little bit like Irving, so I don't have that issue. If I drop the leash, I think she would just be
stop.
Yeah, she'd be looking at me.
She'd be like, "All right, is this it? Please,
yeah. Can we go home?
Can we go home now?
Yeah.
I need one of those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Go visit.
Yeah.
Visit again.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming, Lydia. We really appreciate it. It was great to have somebody in person too.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
Not often.
We probably got more questions we're going to ask you off the podcast. Just like, we can't stop.
Yeah.
Dogs on the brain. But yeah, go to RACC and become a volunteer and check out all the cool stuff they have going on. You can follow them on social media and sign up to foster, dog jog, dog walk. Just go help out with anything they need, because they're awesome. Great organization.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Bye.